good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is Monday. It is November 24th. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my guest. I'm so excited he's here. Friday. Let's start with Friday. Friday, shall we? Friday, I just really stayed home Friday night. I was resting. I was exhausted. I didn't do much. I actually was starting to prep for the show and going over lines because I filmed. Saturday, I went to Cinema on the Sound in the Boogie Down Bronx, run by Jerry Landy, and they showed a movie called Doughboys. We could put up pick A because I have the poster to that. And this is a movie from back in 2008. Really, really cool movie. Funny movie, written and directed by Louis Lombardi. You had Vinnie Pastores there, and Andrew Keegan, Mike Starr, James Matteo, and Gaetano Icono. And it's really, really good. So if you get a chance to find it, watch it. There's no cursing. There's no violence. It's just a really nice movie. And what's really nice is that they filmed the entire thing in the Bronx, which was really, really nice. Sunday I did laundry, was preparing for tonight's show, and today I actually spent all day filming at Fabrizio's funeral home in West Babylon, and hence the all black, because someone got whacked. I can't say who, I can't say what, but I will say that when the movie Extortion Thugs come out, you're not going to want to miss it, and I'm so happy that I'm part of it. Pick C, please. Oh, wait, we could go to B. B is Jerry Landy. I mentioned him. So there's Jerry, and thank you for that at the Cinema on the Sound. And then the next pick is It's Love, Bro, which is a rom-com that I'm in on Amazon Prime. So when you get a chance, watch it. It's funny. And the next pick, I'm doing Ghost and Giggles in the Giggle Room at Governor's Comedy Club. So if you're not doing anything on Friday, December 5th, come on down and see me. Thank you. That's it. So now let me get to my guest because I'm excited. He's here. He took the ride from Jersey, people. He's an actor. He's a director. He's a producer. And he's a writer. And Michael Tota is here.
Yay.
Welcome to beautiful Massapequa.
Made it, Massapequa, yes.
Massapequa, but you do have family on the island.
I do have family on the island. I have...
and your cousin knows me.
We found that out today.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's small world.
Yeah, she sings with my son-in-law's band.
How about that?
It's insane.
Barbara,
and she's a music teacher. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So you live in Jersey now, but you're originally from Staten Island.
Staten Island, the
yeah.
Rock.
And we could put up pick E, please, because you went to Joseph by the Sea
St.
High
Joe's.
School.
Look at you. Oh,
there
my
you
God.
Are.
You
Look
dug
at you.
that up.
I have to say, you have beautiful penmanship.
That was my freshman year, yeah.
Look at you.
With the leather tie. How
yeah,
about that?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, 1983.
Something like that.
You know?
But you were always into acting, like
yes.
as a kid, just always interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from junior high, I was doing plays.
And do you your first play was that you ever saw?
The first Broadway play?
Yeah.
So the first Broadway play I saw was A Chorus Line. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonderful
yeah, my aunt took
play.
me to see A Chorus Line.
Yeah.
But I'd had the bug long before
Even before
that.
that,
You
like
know,
you
so
always involved in.
I was doing shows
In school.
before that. I mean,
Yeah.
probably, I think like it was Smokey and the Bandit, probably. Like watching
Wow.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Well, we have pick.
And I was like, wow.
Pick F.
Ooh,
We can go to
Pick
Pick
F.
F from 1988 when you did.
Oh my goodness.
That was As You Like It.
Yes.
Yeah.
As You Like It. The
As You
mullet,
Like
the
It.
long hair.
Look at you.
Hair down to my shoulders.
And then the
Yeah.
next pick, G, is from 1991. You did Of Mice and Men,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Played Curly in Of Mice and Men.
So cool.
And
I mean, there's nothing like theater. There just isn't.
it's my home. It's really where
That's where you feel comfortable.
it's an element that I've been doing since I was 12. So
Yeah.
I've worked with, I worked off Broadway. I worked with some great people. Worked in some great theaters, and it's where, my training is. And so,
Yeah. Well,
so
talking
from-
about training, you actually went to HB Studios
Yes.
and you trained with William Hickey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
great
was
actor.
Oh, he was the best. Yeah. He would just sit there.
Unfortunately, he passed away back in '97.
Yeah, but we were
He's
friends.
gone a
I mean,
while.
he had emphysema. He was a big smoker, and but after I stopped studying with him, he was really like just a phone call away. So I studied with him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And he'd given me his home phone number, which I never abused it. But if I was doing something, I'm like, hey, Bill, I'm doing this. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, listen, Michael, you want to? And he would just go into his thing. But as he got older, he had a lot of aides in his house helping him. And he was, too ill to get to the phone and talk. But
Yeah.
I mean, I went to go see him when he was on Broadway. Doing
Did you
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yeah.
So I saw him when he did Arsenic
That's
and Old Lace with Abe
great.
Vigoda and
Oh my God, with Abe
Polly
Vigoda.
Holiday and Gene Stapleton and Tony Roberts.
Wow.
So it was
what a cast.
it was a great cast. And he was just he loved his students, and he was so accessible as a human being and as a friend. I mean, I'm sure I wasn't the only one he gave his home phone number to. And he just loved to...
But that tells you something about his character.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know?
I mean, he was just so down to earth. And it was funny because I'd studied with a few different people, and acting teachers they can be very critical and very off-putting and pull people's spirit away.
Yep.
And there were times where we're in class and I'm watching someone do a scene that, you just know, like, they're really off base. And
Well, either they hit it or they don't.
and he just never had a harsh word to say to even some of the worst acting that he probably witnessed. And it was just like, I was like, wow, this guy is just like such a really positive, and never...
That's what keeps people going.
Yeah.
And that's what he probably wanted to do.
But, he never discouraged anybody. And that was his whole thing. He was just kind of
Positive.
never a discouraging. They're like, who am I to tell somebody they're not going to make it? Like,
Yeah.
where there would be acting teachers be like, give it up, go do something else,
Right.
find another thing. He was never like that. And, I
That's
mean,
sweet.
just such a sweet, sweet man.
Well, you mentioned Arsenic and Old Lace, and you actually did that show twice.
Yes.
And you played two different people.
Yeah. First
right?
time I played Mortimer.
Right.
And then the second time I was Dr. Einstein.
And which one did you prefer?
I
to
preferred
play?
Dr. Einstein.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
because the lead...
Because Mortimer was played by Cary Grant, right?
Yeah, Cary Grant.
Yeah, in
but
the
the
movie.
lead is just sort of, it's not as fun, It's you're reacting to the ants and everything, so it's probably a harder role to play because you're really playing yourself. And
Right.
with Dr. Einstein, you're really this kind of zany guy who
And that was
hangs
Peter
out-
Lorre, right? That
yeah,
was Peter
Lorre
Lorre
did it in the movie. And then
And he's a character within himself.
yeah, so it was just this guy who's hanging out with this Boris Karloff type character.
Did you do the laugh?
Well, I didn't do Peter Lorre, but it's written as a German, so I had sort of a German accent.
Okay. Because he had that laugh.
Yeah, Peter Lorre, and but it was just fun. It was such a fun role, and the actor who I played opposite, who played Jonathan, had done this role like 20 times. He played Jonathan like all over the map.
Yeah.
And so it was such a great experience because he was so ingrained in that role, and we just had a blast together in that play.
Cool.
And that's the fun thing about live theater is that you just get an immediate reaction, just talking about the differences. You have film and you do a movie, and then it's like, okay, it comes out a year and a half later.
It's another world.
And you're like, wait, I shot 4 scenes, only 1.5 of them are in the movie, and they cut,
I know.
stuff, and they chop it up and do whatever they want to do with it. Where, in theater, your lines are your lines, and, you're out there without a net.
You're
There's a
flying by
live
the seat of your
audience.
pants.
Yeah.
How was it playing Humphrey Bogart in Play It Again, Sam?
So that was an interesting one. Play It Again, Sam was fun. I worked with a great director, so it's funny because sometimes you're working. Everybody has their own approach and their own style.
Yeah.
And as a director, the challenge is to say, okay, this is what your style is. How am I going to get you to deliver what I want to do, as opposed to somebody else who has a different style?
Right.
How am I going to get them to deliver? And so. With that particular experience, I was working with a director, and he and I just hit it off. I mean, he came from a very Meisner approach, and we just have very similar references. I'll throw an obscure Orson Welles reference, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, it's like kismet sometimes. I've worked with him a number of times, Anthony, and he, it's just great because, he has an approach where he kind of will work 3 pages a day, like sort of like in a rehearsal, which is the same way I'll direct. So it kind of drives some actors crazy, but yeah, so that was fun. And the hardest part about that is Humphrey Bogart, as I've learned, sounds a lot like Peter Falk. And it's like, trying to not to go into Columbo while you're playing Bogart, and so that was really the challenge. I'm not sure if I quite nailed Humphrey Bogart's overbite and vocal cadence, without falling into Peter Falk, because I just hear,
That's so
it's
funny.
like kind of like what you hear when you're doing an accent. It's like you kind of hear something. Yeah. And so, but it was, so there's a challenge with every role. But it was
with every role.
But I mean, as far as that cast, though, I mean, such a great cast. It was a lot of fun doing Play It Again, Sam.
Yeah.
And again, you mean people that you want to, you work with again.
Yeah, you want to be around them.
Yeah. It's a good. There's always, I mean, a lot of times, more often than not, there's a good energy.
Yeah.
And when you're working with people,
Theater people are the best. They are. They're just, theater people are just, they're great.
They're my people.
They are.
They are. It's sort of, I mean, sometimes, people get you and people don't. But when you're around theater people, it's somehow like everybody's a little bit quirky.
In tune. They're all in tune with each other.
And so,
and quirkiness.
I could go to like a normal friends or family barbecue and I'll make some references
and they don't get it.
You're so weird.
They don't get it. No.
I'm like, my theater friends would have laughed.
Yeah,
You're
right. No, you're right.
It's funny, but it's and then you have some friends that get it. I mean, just obscure references and stuff like that. But
you also did Leo. You played Leo in Chapter 2.
Chapter 2, same director, Anthony Marinelli.
Okay, there you go. Shout out Anthony.
And that was a fun show. 4 characters,
right?
A lot of lines. Leo has a 3-page monologue.
Wow.
In that, which is available on my YouTube channel.
I was going to say that's
because I posted that play But yeah, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, when
Yeah.
you're sitting there for 3 pages of dialogue and trying to
a lot.
keep
It's a
people that
lot.
are sitting there
Engaged.
riveted and
I
engaged.
know. I know.
You're like, you wonder. And so and that's the whole thing, is that, you get laughter in the right places, and
Right.
like,
You
okay,
hit it.
I hit it,
It hit.
and as opposed to, you watch something and you don't know if you've hit it, until you see the movie.
Exactly.
And you're like,
Exactly.
oh my God, I should have did that completely different.
Right.
So there are definitely moments.
What
like
about
that.
Renfield in Dracula?
Renfield and Dracula? So that's an interesting one.
He's the one that had the laugh, right?
Yeah,
he's the one that
Renfield
had the laugh.
had
I
the.
said Peter Lorre. It was
Yeah,
Renfield.
was Dwight Fry did it in
Yeah.
the movie and had that. Yeah, I might have incorporated
threw it
that
in?
a little. Might have threw it in, even though it's not written. But yeah, I mean, but it's a again, I mean, I did it very differently because the play is written very different, and Dwight Fry, that was him doing it. So I didn't want to do
Imitate him.
Michael Tota doing Dwight Fry
Right,
playing
right.
Renfield.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You have to make it. You have to learn how to make it your own.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the play is written like he's sort of a realtor who gets hypnotized or whatever it is, possessed by Dracula.
Right.
And then goes under that
Spell.
spell and starts eating bugs and whatever. But he's sort of a normal guy. And in the movie, I think they take him to an extreme. So there's some sort of balance with that. But again, you don't want to be up there having someone say, "Oh, he's doing Peter Lorre," or "He's doing Dwight Fry."
Yeah. Or, You played Puck in A Midsummer's Night's Dream.
yeah, I played Puck and Bottom. So I did Midsummer Night's Dream 2 times.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I played Bottom once.
Yeah.
And I played Puck
Yeah.
the second time.
And then
I
you
did
played
it.
Teach in American Buffalo.
Yeah, great play.
Yeah.
That was I was lucky to get that role, and to this day one of the best roles that I just love.
Really?
It's my favorite play.
There you go.
So
There you go.
to get that role was a dream come true, and
That's cool.
and then to do it, and I threw that on my YouTube channel as well. So if you want to see the whole
That's
play,
it,
you can
yeah.
see the whole
You
play.
can find Michael Tota on Facebook, and it's Michael_Tota1 on Instagram, and just Google him and watch the videos.
I think Getty, because I'm a big Rush fan.
Yeah.
So my YouTube channel is like Getty2322, I think, or something like that. And there's a bunch of plays and
Yeah.
acting reel
Yeah.
and other stuff
That's
on there.
cool. And then
Yeah.
if we want to put up pick H, please, you talk about live theater.
Oh, here we
You played
go.
Father Mark.
Yes,
in
I still play Father
He
Mark.
still plays Father Mark. You could bless me after the show. In the regional production of Tony and Tina's Wedding.
Yeah, so-
Which is great because everyone loves live theater, but this is different where I do Murdered by the Mob, you do Tony and Tina's Wedding, and it incorporates the audience. And I found, and I'm sure you found too, that they love participating.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Isn't it?
It is
Especially the ones that are really into it. They'll
Yeah.
come up and they'll just say stuff and they are in it.
There are people that dress as if they're coming
Yes,
to a wedding.
yes.
And they
As an
come,
actual mobster.
Yeah, they dress as
I'm like,
mobsters.
wow, you got
Oh.
the zoot suit and the black and white shoes and
they're just looking to have a party.
Yes,
And
yeah.
It's great, and as you know, when you're doing that kind of immersive theater for so long, and you're doing the same character over and over, you can begin to come up with these improvisations.
Yes.
And so,
To keep it fresh.
you have, like, I've got some standard lines that I might throw out as the priest.
right.
And stuff like that.
Got a little
And so-
arsenal in your
yeah,
back pocket.
and so it's just, it just lends itself to just be such a great night. And it's just so much fun. I mean, playing that role, it's like, I get those calls and be like, we're going to here.
Now, do you do most of them in Jersey or in the city, or does it travel?
So, I haven't been booked in the city. I've
Okay.
been booked in Jersey. I've been
Yeah.
booked in Valley Forge Casino.
Okay.
So we've done some casinos and stuff like that. But I mean, I'll go wherever they're
Wherever
telling me the gig
wherever
is.
the show is.
you
It's so
know?
much fun.
Yeah.
It just is. Like I do Murder by the Mob, and I'm like, I eat, I sing, I dance, I drink, I interact with these people, and I'm getting paid. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
great.
I mean, it's like the greatest thing. It's like, wait, I'm getting paid to do
yeah,
this.
and to have so much fun.
Yeah.
And every show is different because you don't know what you're going to be getting back from the audience.
100%, 100%.
You
I
know?
mean, we did some shows in Red Bank. I started doing this for a long time. So
How long?
10 years ago, I did my first Tony and Tina's.
Okay.
And then there was like, I guess, a gap of a number of years. And then they brought it back. And then ever since then, it has been like, every couple of months, it'd be like,
yeah.
we got 2 dates here, 3 dates there.
That's great.
You available, and it's just, and to your point, it's so much fun because
It is.
people come out and they want to have a good time, and you get up and you bring them up dancing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
it's just a blast, and the fact that you get a check
Yeah.
is
I
just
know.
like.
The first time my mom came to see it, we did it in my hometown, Bayside, Queens. And there's the part where everyone gets up and they all dance, right? So I said shout out to Ralph Bracco. I said, do me a favor. I said, would you get my mom up to dance? And he is, God bless my mom, she's gonna be 88, but at the time she was like 86. You had to see her face. It was euphoric. She was just so happy and so into it.
Yeah.
And she's like, can you take a picture of us? And I'm like, yeah.
And that's the thing, you sit there and you're like, people are like, I need a picture.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you don't know
yeah,
where
yeah.
these pictures are going to land. Like, I'm like, I'm in somebody's phone somewhere, like,
Yeah.
But it is though. It's really so much fun.
Yeah.
And
Well, I got to come to yours. You got to come to mine.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
I have to see it.
absolutely,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
definitely have to see it. So much. Now, have you played any other character?
So no, in fact, I was supposed to play another character,
Okay.
and then I'm trying to think. What happened was I got called to be another character, but that had a snowstorm, and so it was like a blizzard. It was an upstate New York show,
yeah.
and there was like a blizzard going on, and the show got canceled and hasn't been rebooked yet.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I was going to play the father of the groom.
Okay.
But that show never happened. So it was
Yeah.
strange because here it is. I'm cramming to learn
Right.
the other lines.
Right. Yeah.
And the
because
blogging.
there is dialogue
Absolutely.
that has to be said so the other characters can play off of it. So there are certain you can improv and you could throw something in.
Not in Tony and Tina's.
No, well, what I'm saying is how you said you have an arsenal in your back pocket.
Oh, yeah,
What I'm saying
yeah.
is
So when we
you
do
have to do
table
the
work.
dialogue,
Right.
so the other people know what they're
Yeah.
saying next. But there's a couple of things that you can,
So when you're doing the table work,
Yeah.
there you can, improv and meet with the people and
Yeah, but when you get up
bounce.
there-
But when you're doing your scenes,
Right.
it is
right.
strictly that
yeah,
script.
yeah.
Do not deviate from it.
Okay.
It's letter perfect.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of thing. So folks don't really ad lib Tony and Tina's wedding.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. No, the script is like gospel. No
Yeah.
pun intended.
No, I mean, I
but-
stick to the script, but I improv a lot.
Yeah. Well, but everything is different. I mean, I
Yeah.
did murder mysteries.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were nights 2 words of that script were mentioned. Everybody was, doing what they were doing.
yeah.
It just kind of, I think, depends on the company and
Yeah.
and how they want to preserve. I think Tony and Tina's really wants to preserve the history of how
Right,
this
and the
was
originality,
and the originality
and
of
to keep it as OG
Yeah.
as possible.
And I so you have to respect that, and
Yeah, no, I
and-
get it. I totally get it.
So it was, but yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
But I love Father Mark.
And before we go to break, which is going to be really, really quick, you were actually the theater director at St. John's University.
St. John's University.
And you directed like over 13 plays and
Yeah,
musicals there.
I don't know how many it was. Something like that.
That's a sweet gig.
It was a great gig. It really was. But it was funny because
And your kids could go there for free.
Not mine.
When you teach and work there?
Well, I wasn't. I was really the
I'm just
drama
saying.
group. Yeah, when you teach and work.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But with the drama group,
Yeah.
it's really like a student-run organization.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so it was
I get it.
something that the students really sort of hired the director with a student coordinator.
But how
if
much
you
fun
will.
was that?
So it
and
was,
to see these young, hungry kids.
Yeah, some
you
of them
know?
I mean, I talked to most of them.
Yeah.
They're still, very like, because you bring them in and when they're coming in and they're like, I never did a play before, I never did this before, I never did that. And again, you're encouraging them because you see talent and you see, so and then you find out that here they are now in their 40s and they're still doing it. So I was telling you before, Matt
Grossman. Shout out to Matt
Grossman.
Grossman because I'm going to send him this show so he
Yeah,
knows.
so Matt
But he was your student. He was one of your students.
He never did
And you
thing.
gave him, he did his very first play
and
with
only
you.
because his sister dragged him into it.
Wow.
So sister Amanda's super talented.
Yeah.
And she was one of I always would cast her.
Yeah.
And
that's great.
And then we needed
you needed men.
Men. And
she said,
and she
I'll
was like,
get my
Mike, I'll
brother.
get my brother. And he came in and he just hit a grand slam every night.
He's great.
And now he's producing movies.
Yes.
So
Catch
good for
Beggar
him.
Man. Catch him in Beggar Man.
There you go.
Yeah, great film.
Look at this.
All right, listen, we'll take my first break. Don't go away. Don't go away. Stay right there because when we come back, we're going to talk about Michael doing maybe some Sex in the City. Ooh, back in the day.
Back in the day.
And some film and TV creds. So we'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back. Cracking up.
You got a Subway sandwich?
You're cracking me up. No, he's just making me laugh during the break. Michael Tota is here. He's a director, he's an actor, he's a producer, he's a writer, and he started in the theater where I started.
Theater.
And I mentioned that you directed plays and musicals. Do you sing, Michael?
Oh, yes. I went to the Rex Harrison School of Singing. Which basically means, you talk your way through the song.
Yeah, basically.
And where is that nasty plane? So that was, so that's,
Okay.
I mean, I would
checking.
never say I'm a legit singer.
Okay.
But I can act my way through a song.
All right, wait, I totally get it, but no, just wanted to ask you. Wanted to ask you. So in 1998, you did Sex and the City.
Yes.
And you did one episode, but it was kind of cool to be on set with everybody as a dinner patron.
So it was their first season.
Yeah.
And it was my first waiver.
Oh, we like waivers.
So that was my first SAG waiver, I believe, and then it was cool because there was, there was like a whole little thing that was kind of set up.
Right.
That again, when you watch it when it's cut up,
right.
doesn't happen, but it's one of those things where you're like, okay, don't blink. There I am getting up from the table and coming up the stairs.
But
going
it's still
down
exciting to see yourself for the first time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, there I am.
Yeah.
Did you?
It's
yeah.
always like more exciting when somebody else recognizes it. People,
Right,
like,
right.
You know,
Well, they send you a
free
screenshot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
A screenshot.
I had a friend of mine send me a screenshot, and they're like, "I saw you on such and such," and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." At least someone, seeing it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cool. The same year, 1998, you also did Just the Ticket, which
Just
was
the Ticket.
a movie with Andy Garcia
Yeah.
and Andy McDowell, and you played a priest.
A priest
Hello?
selling scalping
That's
tickets.
like a prequel to what was ahead of
yeah,
you.
a priest scalping tickets.
Yeah. So, and if anyone doesn't know what a waiver is, you want to explain what a waiver is and how
Well,
many
waiver
you
is
need?
in order to get into the Screen Actors Guild. I mean, I don't know if this is still the rule.
I think you still need 3, right?
Three
You
waivers,
need 3
and
waivers.
so it would be like you get some kind of bump, I guess,
Yeah.
is what they call it,
Yeah.
and so you get that bump, and then that gives you your waiver
Right.
to get
And
into
3
the union.
waivers
3
get
waivers
you
get you
a
into the
SAG
union,
card. Yeah, yeah.
along with a big fat check.
Yeah, that you have to send them.
Yeah, you have to
they don't
send
send
them.
you. You send them. Yes.
And which guarantees you nothing but
Nothing.
a SAG card,
That's
which you
it.
have to pay $230 a year to continue getting. $250.
Yeah, $250.
And again, the guarantees you no work.
No.
In fact, it guarantees you less work. So
And explain that. Why? I know why, but explain that.
because as a non-union, there's more stuff available. People will love to not pay actors, so there's
Well,
a
that
lot
too.
more.
But-
There's a lot more non-union free work
But
than there is.
non-union, which I'm still non-union, and I not in a hurry to join SAG only because there's so much more non-union work out there. Not that I don't want to join SAG, I do, because I've been wanting to hold that card since high school. But the point is that as a non-union actor, you can do non-union and union.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're union, you cannot do non-union work
Yeah.
unless you become FICOR,
Right.
and then you could do both.
Right.
So obviously you got your 3 waivers. You have your SAG card, correct? You got your SAG.
and I think the only. I might have
And never collected any
I might
kind of
have,
medical.
I might have earned. I
right?
might have earned enough for the initial outlay.
Oh, Madonna me.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm joking, but it's I mean the work isn't ready
Yeah. No,
unless
I
you
know.
want to do a lot of SAG background work.
Background, yeah,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
did for a while.
Which you can do. People, that's all they do.
Sure.
That's all they do, and
That's all they do.
make a living
And
at
they
it.
make a living at
They're
it.
on set every day.
Yeah.
I was just talking to someone today about it. He goes, "I want to do more acting." I said, "Go down to Central Casting and
Yeah.
sign up, and they'll call
And you could do that. I mean, if you're on that thing at Sylvia Fay or Grant Wilfley.
Yes, yes.
And you.
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
you answer the phone
Yeah,
and you show
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I mean,
They'll keep
they'll
using you.
keep using you on everything
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's like they have to
It's
book
a paycheck. It's a paycheck.
They have to book 300 people, and
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, she's always a
Absolutely.
yes.
Yep.
And so you'll do that. But I just, for me, coming from the theater,
It's different. It's very different.
Acting.
Yeah.
Was different than, okay, you're running from this green screen thing that's going to be there.
Yeah.
Godzilla. Like we were in the rain at 3:00 in the morning in March. It was freezing.
Yeah.
We're getting rained on. It was like I couldn't even move, and you're running against this,
Right.
thing
Right,
that's not
right.
there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like they're gonna put it
Yeah.
in post.
Wow.
And you're like, at the end of the day, you're sitting by the fire, and they're like, I need 3 EMS guys, and you're like, you go.
Oh
go.
my
Like,
God.
I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I want to rap.
Right,
you
right,
know?
yeah. Is that a rap? Yeah.
So it was enough. Like I was like, this is
Yeah. Well, it wasn't
Not
enough
for
in
me.
2001, because in 2001 you did A Beautiful Mind.
Well, that was
with Russell Crowe and
Yeah.
Ed Harris, and that's one of my favorite movies. I have to say, you played an army soldier.
So yeah, I mean, I got costume. Like
That's
I was in hair and
nice.
costume. So even though I was a glorified extra, it was 2 or 3 days work.
Yeah.
And we were shooting in this set that was supposed to be like his shed. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember the end of the movie.
Yeah, I do.
So the end of the movie, he
Yeah.
stops taking his pills.
Yes.
And he goes into
shed.
his shed. And in the shed is like all these army men.
Right.
And so I'm one of the army men. Now, the funny thing about that is when you watched it in the movies,
Yeah.
okay, I was this big, like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so featured. Then you watch it on TV. And
Yeah, it's not that big.
you're like, let me see where am I? So I need to get a bigger TV.
Yeah.
But
That's great, though.
But the thing is, it was really
a nice experience.
It was really great.
Because I don't normally do background work, but if I'm gonna do it, I want to do big stuff.
Yeah.
So I did Maestro with Bradley Cooper, and he's directing. So
Yeah.
hello, you're 15 feet away from me. It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
And then I did Succession.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't. It's a day's pay.
But it was-
if
yeah.
I'm sitting home doing nothing, I'd rather be on set and getting paid.
Sure.
You know?
But for that, it was like, we're gonna cut your hair and you're gonna fitting and,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it was like, I was in SAG at the time, so it was like smoke pay, wet pay.
Oh yeah.
Overtime pay.
Add it up, baby.
And I was like, check those boxes.
Add it up.
And so it turned out to be a really good thing. No residuals from it though.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was, but it was nice.
2000 to 2007, you produced and hosted Spotlight on the Air.
Spotlight on the Arts.
Oh, on the
Spotlight
arts.
on
I'm
the
sorry.
Arts.
See, that's what happens when you don't put these back on.
Yeah.
On the arts. Spotlight on the arts. And obviously, you did that for 7 years.
So that was
you had a nice run.
that was fun. I didn't know I did it for 7 years.
You did.
So
Well, that's what it said.
And but yeah, I mean, so like yourself, I had a show and it was really it was fun. I mean, I produced it, but I had a lot of folks that have since passed. I had David Johansen.
Yeah.
I had the guys who did hair. Galt McDermott and Tom O'Horgan. Tom O'Horgan was he was a brilliant director, and I'd worked with him on a play called Idioglossia, and it was one of those things where I called him up and I'm like, I mean, here's the guy who directed the original production of Hair, the original production of Jesus Christ Superstar, the original production of Lenny, had all three on Broadway at the same time. Like, it was like Tom O'Horgan Broadway. Like, I mean, the guy, and the most down-to-earth human being. I mean, we were shooting the show in Staten Island, and I'm like, I'm producing this show basically, and I was like, I'll send a car to come pick you up. He lived in the city.
Right.
He's like, nah, man, I'm taking the ferry. Like,
Wow,
I mean,
nice.
like just,
Yeah.
and, there were people with a lot less credential than he had. I mean, this guy had more Tonys than he knew what to do with. And, and he's like telling me he's going to take a ferry, where other people were like, where's my car?
Yeah,
Where's this? Where's
yeah.
that? So it was just,
Wow.
it was really interesting.
That's
But yeah,
nice.
I mean, there was Michael Badalucco before, like right when he shot the pilot for The Practice.
Yeah.
And then he went on to do some great stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, he was in a bunch of Coen Brothers movies and won an Emmy for The Practice. And so, and Mike is a great guy. And but yeah, so it was just, that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
That was a lot of
Talk
fun.
about great stuff. You also did, if we want to pick O, please. You did something called Center Stage, which was a radio show.
Oh, Vic DiBitetto.
There's Vic.
There's Vic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
that was great. That was with Hamilton Radio. And my co-host, who was up there, passed away.
Yeah.
Actually, it was not too long. I think I was doing chapter 2 at the time, and he came to see it, and it sounded horrible. It was like, I was like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the doctor, and he had walking pneumonia. And went into the hospital, passed away, and I kind of gave up that show just because it was hard
It's not the same.
to do it when you're bouncing off somebody and you
Yeah.
had such a rhythm, and we had just had so much fun together. Harvey Rothman, and so it was just one of those things where I'm like, you know what, I don't know if I can do it without
Yeah.
them. And they still, once in a while, they'll call me and say, hey, you want to do the show again? And you know, I'm starting to consider, like,
one
you
day,
know,
but you know,
it's probably been
Yeah.
4 or 5 years
Okay.
or more. I don't know. You know, and so and again, I mean, it was such a great fun. I mean, and
talk about fun. I got to talk to you about Who's Jenna.
well, it ties in.
It does tie in.
Because I interviewed, trying to, you know, it's a Jersey radio station.
Right.
And so the president of the time, I knew he was in the Tony and Tina's wedding.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, you know, he was the president of, or the chairman of Garden State Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, you know, come on the show and plug the film festival.
Yes.
And so he came on with some directors from films that were being featured.
Right.
One of them was Tom, who was the director of Who's Jenna.
Right.
And he basically was saying, you know, I got this other thing that I'm in the pre-production on.
Ballinger?
Baldinger, yeah.
Baldinger.
And so he said that he wanted to, you know, he's putting that together. And I
Yeah.
said, well, if there are parts that are still open, I said I'd be happy to audition.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll call you, you know, whatever. And I have to say, you know, I'm sure you know, a lot of people are like, you know, yeah, I'll call you. And
Right. Don't hold your breath.
You know, but Tom, you know, stayed true to his word.
did.
And, you know, whatever it was, 6 months, 8 months later,
Yeah.
you know, he reached out, and part of that thing was just he was looking for locations, and he was
Right.
trying to, you know how independent film
Yeah,
is, and so
yeah.
he's like, hey, do you know anybody? I'm
Yeah,
trying to fill this
yeah.
role and that role, and I was friends
And
with
he
Vic.
ended up in it. So let's put up pic I, please, and we'll show the poster. And Who's Jenna?
Yeah.
It's hysterical. For those of you who did not see it, please watch it.
Is Gary, Bill, and Vin.
Yeah, so that's Gary Pastor, Bill Sorvino, and Vinny Pastor, and you also had Joe D'Onofrio in it,
Mm-hmm.
and Kevin Steele. You play Kevin Steele.
I play Kevin Steele.
You play Kevin Steele, and we could put up Jay, please. There you guys are.
Yeah.
At the table.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that. Listen.
Lenny Benito.
Yeah, Lenny's there, but this was just hysterical.
Yeah, it was a fun.
This is the type of movie where you watch it and you're like, God, I wish I was on set.
It was fun. We really had fun on set.
I know.
I mean,
how could you not?
And you know, with Gary, who's great, we were like, we're gonna try this, we're gonna try that, and Tom allowed for a lot of improvisation.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Yeah.
we.
See, that's
we-
great when they let you loose.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, and then there's some stuff they keep, and then some stuff they don't. But that's when the magic happens.
The blooper reel is probably 2 hours long.
Oh,
I
I can
mean, we would just rather do one more because we didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Like it was
Who
like,
wants to go home?
Yeah, so we were like, oh, we'll do one more. We'll try this. We'll try that. I mean, we just really had a lot of.
We could put up pic K, please, because I think
lot
it's
of fun
just
with
you and Bill in pic K. There you go. There you are.
Oh yeah.
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 A little more facial hair going on
That
there.
way, a little something.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. And let's go to let's talk about if you want to put up pic L, please, because you did this thing called Tomato Limbo.
The
Right?
Tomato Limbo. So
Which-
this is the reading
Yeah, that's the reading.
of the Tomato Limbo, which was a feature
Yes.
that my friend Richard Fulco, who actually now he owns a bookstore.
Yes.
Big Red Books in Nyack.
Yeah.
But he wrote this. It was based on his play.
Yeah.
And
Did you direct? Did you direct
so
it?
I directed the teaser reel from it. I was going to direct it,
Okay.
but we searched high and low to raise the money, and it's like kind of like a Moonstruck.
Right. Yeah.
Two brother love
Yeah.
triangle.
You play Frankie.
Yeah.
Right? You play Frankie. And that was, again, Ronnie Marmo, Bill Sorvino, Artie
Yeah.
Pasquale played your dad.
Artie.
Hello.
Artie was great.
Artie's the best.
So when we were struggling to find financing for the movie, well, we struggled, and obviously it never got made.
Yeah.
But it was Artie's idea.
Love it.
To put a teaser reel
Well, I
together.
loved what I saw. So
And so Artie was like, let's just take some snippets and do a teaser reel. I said,
Yeah.
well, Artie, I said, that's great, but there's no money. So I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
if I would never ask you. I'm not the kind of, I'm not going to ask people to work for free.
I know.
And so Artie's like, no, I want to do this movie. I want to try and raise the money.
Okay.
And whatever. So he's like, let's pick a day and we'll do it.
Okay.
So I got everybody was on board with doing it, and we shot all these little clips, and then put it together, and I thought it came out all right.
I liked it.
People talk it, they see it, they laugh, but there's no
It's
checks.
great when
There's
you're
no
on the
checks.
couch and he approached you. I
Yeah.
almost fell off my chair.
Yeah.
I swear to God. If we could put a pick M, we'll go to M and then N, because I think the next one is you and Ronnie.
Yeah,
which is
there's
great.
At Ronnie's
At his
play,
show,
at his
which is
shows, Lenny
incredible.
Bruce show.
And N is the cast. There's another pick with the cast.
That's the Tomato Limbo
Right.
cast.
part of that was part of the teaser,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I love it.
That's the meatball
The
scene.
meatball
with,
scene, yeah, I
talking
know.
about, he's talks about how, somebody else makes better meatballs than his
Right,
wife.
right.
And, it makes a good meatball. And he's like, oh, yours are greater.
Oh my God, that's so
He was
funny.
so funny.
And then let's put up, if we can, let's talk about Misconnected, because it was a short, and you wrote it and you directed
I wrote it,
right?
I wrote it and directed it.
And that's actually
shot it in one day.
And that's actually how we connected, because I saw that you were casting for it, and I
Okay.
actually reached out to you back then, and I don't know what
That's so
happened, but it
funny.
didn't happen. But I was like, oh my God, yeah, look how long ago that was
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, you did Color My World, which was a short that you also
Which
wrote
another
and
one I
directed
wrote and
also.
directed.
You're busy man.
And we shot that I think in 2 days or something like that. But again, it's like we had this conversation where there's 3 movies. Like it's the movie you write,
Yes.
and then you're like, okay, I see it.
Right.
And then the movie you shoot,
Right.
that you hope edits the way you wrote it.
Right.
And
then the way it comes out.
so I mean, personally, Color My World, I think I need another crack at something.
Yeah.
It just, and part of it has to do with the script too. It was kind of experimental in the sense of I wanted to put something together that didn't have dialogue and was just a visual sort of representation of thoughts and feelings and ambient noise, so to speak, of clocks ticking and coffee percolating and and whatever and for me the end result was I'm not sure where, but it's like it didn't have the power it had on the page.
I got it.
When it was done. I mean, it's still, it was good, but I mean, I think I got rejected from every film festival, maybe. With,
What about the power of pick S, please, which is Obsession, and you did that with
That's Guy.
with Gaetano, who was in Doughboys.
Yes.
And that was a short that you did with him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My friend Darren wrote that one.
Yeah, and then 2025, hello, you did Staten Island Ghost Story.
Staten Island Ghost Story.
Hello.
And
you played Yetz. What did you play? Yetz what's? Yetz?
I think
Yetz Lutz? Yetzy Lutzy?
I'm trying to remember because it's I'm a nut.
I think it's Yetzy Lutzy.
Oh,
I don't know. Yetzy Lutz.
Yeah, I'm not.
Something like
I'm not
that.
exactly sure.
That's funny.
Lutz is the last name.
Oh my God.
But this was, my friend Vinny calls me and says I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I was in something 30 years ago that Vinny did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Vin, I go, yeah, let's do this. Let's play. and so it's more like a cameo kind of role.
Yeah.
But
That's
that movie
Yeah.
is huge in India.
Really?
I mean, he's like won, I can't tell you how many film festival awards that he's won, and I'm like, we're huge in India.
That is funny.
It's like, and I'm like, but it just got put out, I guess, distributed through Relay or something.
All right.
So you can find it. You can find
that's
it,
cool.
and it's a fun movie.
my God.
I mean, really, really, it's really funny, and it's really like if you have a Staten Island Italian kind of flavor.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that kind
That's
of humor in
good.
it, and people really respond to it. I mean, he submitted it to a lot of film festivals, and he gets all kinds of, like, he's sending out all these wreaths, the that it's official selection.
That's wild.
Or he won and whatever. So it's it's got legs, that thing.
That's
so
good.
I said, I hope that the sequel, my part is bigger.
Why not? Let's talk about what was released. You released The Struggle, which was a short. You play the husband.
Struggle, yeah. So I met the director of The Struggle. He's a writer-director. I met him at the Garden State Film Festival. Yeah. And through Who's Jenna.
Yeah.
So he saw Who's Jenna.
Yes.
And,
I love this story. It's a great story.
And he basically, like 2 years later, said, hey, he's like, I love the comedic ability.
He's got great facial expressions.
And so, thank you.
He liked your facial expressions.
And he basically wrote this
with
movie
no dialogue and just your facial expressions.
So it's like a whole Mr. Bean.
I love it.
It was like a Mr. Bean kind of thing where he's just a guy trying to make a cup of coffee.
It was great.
And I mean, again, we shot this, and it was just a great experience. But it was one of those things where I'm writing something for you, just because I like your work. Yeah.
So nice.
And so I mean, who could argue with that? It's like there's no greater compliment,
I know.
So from that standpoint, it was really fun, and that won a lot of. He submitted it.
I enjoyed it.
He's got some big trophies and whatever.
That's cool.
And so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making that.
And how much fun was Pick T, Please, Unsuited?
Unsuited,
which is a TV series, and you played Johnson, and that's with Dan Lauria.
Yeah,
my friend Dan Lauria.
So that was I'm looking
and
at
also
that
Ronnie Marmo produced that.
Ronnie and Tom Baldinger directed that, and obviously it was from Who's Jenna's, same director,
right.
And Ronnie was involved in that, and so they called me to be a part of it.
How much fun! Come on.
It was just right after COVID, so it was like one of those things where there was the whole masks in between takes, and
testing, and
testing.
It was very, very, very strict for a while.
And they followed all of that protocol, and Dan Lauria was there. He's such a great guy, so nice. And
I love him.
Carmine Giovinazzo, was there, and from I think CSI.
All right, let's get some more. I just want to go through more. We have 2 minutes left already, but I want to get to the rest of the picks. So we have you, please.
I don't know what picks you got.
You and Ed Asner.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And the next pick, my friend who I've had on the show, V, please. The next one, V, Al Sapienza.
Al, yeah.
Hello. And then
Garden State Film Festival.
W is you and David.
Oh,
Proval.
David. I love David.
And X, please, we're going to keep going, is
John.
Vince. That's Vincent. Vincent Piazza.
Vincent Piazza.
And he was in Jersey Boys, if he looks familiar to you.
And Boardwalk Empire. I don't know why I said John.
And then the next one, I think I know these people.
yeah.
So that's Michael and I.
Labor Day
That
pirate
was,
party at Gary's house.
Gary Pastor has an annual party, and I was so happy he invited me, and that's what you and I hung out.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun, and it was pirate
With
themed.
Johnny and Lou.
Yeah, Johnny P.
We were sitting down,
Lou
and that was a good
Martini
table.
Jr. We had a blast.
We had a good table.
And the last picture, you have to explain this one to me.
Oh my God.
You and Dr. Ruth.
Yeah.
Tell me about that real quick.
Well.
Was she giving you sexual advice?
No. So
Just
this
checking.
That was high school. I was in a Broadway show.
Wow.
And she was there, and I was like, oh my God. And I
Dr. Ruth,
yeah.
what's time?
So I said, let's take a picture. And she said, okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Well, I hope you enjoyed.
You went deep into the
archives?
recesses to find.
Well, I
some
hope you
of these
enjoyed
big,
a walk down memory lane.
This is your life.
You know, I enjoy when I pull pics and people are like, holy crap, that's great. Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But once I saw Dr. Ruth, I'm like, I want to know what the story was with that.
Yeah.
But listen, Michael, we're out of time.
All right, well, thank you.
I want to thank you so much for coming from
Thank
Jersey.
you. Thank you. Yeah, Joycey.
And you're flying home, don't worry. And thank you. No, thank you again for doing this.
Thank
and I
you
hope
for
we do
having
get to
me.
work together one day.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a blast.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I want to thank everyone for watching Tea Time. Remember, tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock here on YouTube and Facebook. The show goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be seen and heard and seen every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum TV. I'm out of breath. Remember, tune in next week. Tell everyone you love them. Ciao, people. Say ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.